I've got some time to film today because, you know, I can get dressed. I've been so busy, so it's really nice to just sit down and film a video for you guys. So this video was inspired by my lovely friend here on YouTube, Amelia Rose from Amelia Rose's Closet. If you don't already follow her, what are you doing? Head down to my description box and click the link and go over and check out her channel. I'm sure that you already follow her, but if you don't, she's got a beautiful collection. She loves colour, and a lot of her bags are really fun, so please go and check her out. She recently did a video about bags that she will not buy multiples of or will not buy again, and I've kind of taken inspiration from that, and I'm doing just the same video, and we talked about it on WhatsApp because that's what we do, and she said film the video, so I'm filming the video. And make sure you stay tuned to the end because that'll shock you just a little bit. I think this is a really good video to have a think about because I've got a lot of multiples in my collection, and there's a reason for that, and that's going to be in another video because I was tagged by Steph from Handbagholic to do that video, so keep an eye out for that one. This video is luxury items that I don't need more than one of in my collection. It's a mixed bag of things. So we'll start on the bag topic. The first one is a Fendi Nano Baguette. As beautiful as these little pieces are, I don't need more than one. I was really close to buying the ruffier version of the Nano Baguette with a thick pleated handle. That bag was nearly 2,000 Australian dollars for exactly the same capacity as this one, which when I bought it, when these first came out in 2020, this was like $990, I want to say. And this is the bubblegum pink. I love this. I've actually worn it with this dress. And if you're interested in this dress, I'll link the details in the description box below. I recently did a new things in my wardrobe kind of haul video, and I'll link that video above as well, and where I talk about this and a bunch of other things, including my new bling. Anyway, that's the first item. The second item is the very famous Louis Vuitton mini pochette. This bag is, well, this little SLG, even though it's not leather, this little small canvas good is basically, you know, something that every luxury lover feels like they must have as a catch-all in their collection. Now, I do love and value this piece. I couldn't get it in a plain version. I was lucky enough to snap this one up, which was a holiday version, I think from 2018. But you don't need more than one of these things, and everybody that I know that's got more than one, they don't use them, but they do collect them. And if you're a collector, that's a different thing. But I've got one, it does the job. I don't need another one. That should have been a lesson I heeded for the next item. I spoke about this on new pieces that I've never used, and it's my Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder in Damier Azur. Now, I've already got one of these. I have the Épée Noire version, and I bought this one because it doesn't have exposed hardware, so you don't get those tarnishes on the snap. I like the black, I like the leather because it softens right up. And to be honest, you really couldn't get a canvas piece. And then Connor had this piece pop up on his consignment store, Conrad's Closet, and I went, yes, I want Damier Azur, and why wouldn't I have another keyring? I've never used it. I'm going to use it, but I do not need two of these. I have it in my collection. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to keep it, but having more than one is just redundant. It really is an indulgence, and you know, luxury is an indulgence, of course, but I don't need this. So this is not something that I would recommend buying multiples of if you're not a collector. This next one, and I know I'll probably get some feedback about this, but it's just me and my style. Luxury scarves of the silk variety in a square. I have had an Hermes 90 by 90. I think this one is 60 by 60. This is Dior, and this is a vintage Dior scarf, and I hold on. And I liked it because it was D for Dale, D for Dior. But these are not for me. Like the way that they are styled, they're just not, it's just not for me. You know, I feel like I'm dressed for work as an air hostess, or they're not, it's not my vibe. And I have bought, this will be my third one. I have one from Henry Bendel that I bought in New York, which is not going anywhere because it's absolutely beautiful. Actually, I'll show you. It's such a special piece and it just reminds me of that beautiful store. But you can see all the Bendel girls and their dogs and the hat boxes, and it's just a gorgeous piece. This one would be, this would probably be 90 by 90 as well. I did actually wear this a few times, but truth be told, it wasn't, yeah. It's just not my vibe. I prefer to use them as a bit of decoration. I just don't like how they sit. Yeah, I much prefer the rectangular or the really big Louis Vuitton shawls where you have a lot more volume to play with than a little silk one. I know there are a lot of silk scarf lovers out there, and you do you. I love the fact that it works for you. This one will give you a little chuckle. The next one that I am not going to buy again, or I don't need multiples of, is a designer scrunchie. This is a Prada nylon scrunchie that I paid over $400 for. Keep that quiet. I love it. I'm glad I got the black. I do use it quite a bit, but would I buy another one? No. I'm very glad to have this one. I actually did a little video on ridiculous luxury items that I would buy, and this was a part of it, as well as my little Nano. And you know, they're fun, and I think you've got to have fun with it, and if you can have fun, definitely do so. But yeah, I don't need to buy this again. So I have my luxury scrunchie. Scrunchie? Yes. I have my luxury scrunchie. The next one is a piece by Chanel, and again, I know people will be like, what? It is this little classic card holder. Now, I have mine in the 21K lilac. Surprise, surprise, if you didn't already know, I love lilacs and purples. I just don't find this as practical as everybody who raves about them. I think the fact that it's an accordion style is really annoying, because once you've got a few cards in there, these little side bits, they don't kind of collapse on each other anymore, so it really doesn't actually have that much capacity. And then if you want to put cash in as well, you've kind of got to limit your cards to the back. I like this little front slip pocket here and the little back one, but it's not the card case that I would choose to carry the most. Actually, if you want a video on my favourite card cases or way to carry stuff, let me know, because I've got quite a few, and there's quite a few that I don't use for convenience reasons. But yeah, I don't think this is as convenient as what a lot of people say it is compared to other things I have in my collection. So whilst I'm happy to have it, I do not need another one. Another little extra piece in my wardrobe is a designer baseball cap. Now again, I purchased this from Balenciaga. This is a part of the Balenciaga and Gucci hacker project. You can see the BB, not the GG. I love this hat. It's a beautiful neutral. I often style it up. I rarely wear it. I feel a little bit like Sherlock Holmes in this hat. Can you see it? You can see it, can't you? You know, I think that's just a confidence thing. I think I'll get used to it, and summer's coming, so I feel like it'll be a good time to, you know, start to wear some casual looks with a baseball cap. But I don't need to buy any more of these. This is not something I need multiples of. I think this was a good choice to have one in my wardrobe, but I don't need any more. Now, this one might shock you a little bit. It's my Fendi Colibri heels. I've got 3 pairs of Fendi Collabery heels. And so you might be saying, what do you mean? How do they make this list? Specifically the 8.5 centimetre heel. These, you know, they started out being really comfortable for me, and maybe it's just my foot. I don't know. I've gotten soft after COVID and not wearing heels all the time, but I do struggle to wear these. I get a real burning sensation on the balls of my feet now. So I've got these little padded pieces I've just purchased for the inside in preparation for my Fendi event, actually, to see if they kind of make them a little bit more comfortable. But I wouldn't buy the 8.5 centimetre heels again. And I've got 2 pairs of 8.5 centimetre heels, and I have 1 pair of the, I think they're 6.5s, and oh my God, they are a dream to wear. So as much as I love the shape of these, I just, yeah, they're car to the bar kind of shoes, as my friend Vivian Connolly would say. But yeah, they're not. I was silly to just go buy a whole bunch of pairs within a few days of each other and yeah, not fully wear them and consider if they were right for me. Okay, so the penultimate piece, the real penultimate piece, is my Chanel wok. Now I have the Chanel wok in the golden class, which has this interesting this interesting opening, which is different to the classic woks, and mine's in black caviar leather. A very fine caviar, if you can see there. Now I did buy another Chanel wok in the 21K beige. I've hardly used it. I don't know if it's because it's beige or because every time I'm looking for a bag that fits the bill of the wok, I grab this one every single time. And it's a workhorse, and the hardware is starting to, you know, rub away and reveal some of the silver undertones, and I love this bag, and I don't want it to have any competition. And so if I haven't already by the time I release this video, I am selling my beige wok because I just don't see a need to have multiples in my collection. And the final item, and it is a shocker, and similar to Amelia Rose, the final item that I do not require multiples of in my collection, but in this circumstance I have multiples, is the Louis Vuitton, what is this called? Neverfull. It's the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. Now this is the MM style in the World Tour. I thought that this was the perfect bag. I really did, and I've used it a lot. I love the fact it has the monogram and the coated leather so that you don't have to worry about rain and what have you. But now, because I've bought other things, for that size bag, I prefer to carry my Balenciaga, this tote, which is the This Is Not a Gucci bag tote, or my Chanel GST. These are my preferences for that size bag, which is kind of a work bag, you know, take a laptop along, my Remarkable notepad, and, you know, a few essentials. They're the ones I prefer, because when I travel, when I would primarily use my Neverfull, I bought this 10-year-old version of the GM Neverfull, and I love the GM. I am converted. Amelia has converted me. I thought it was too big. I thought it was too cumbersome and boxy, but now that I have it, I love it. And I love the fact that I bought mine pre-loved, 10 years old, all worn in. The vachetta had patinaed, and it made me feel like I could just grab it and go. I didn't have to worry about weather. I didn't have to worry about damage because somebody else had already kind of worn it in. And so if I could sell my MM, I would. But it's personalised. It's a world tour. It's personalised with my name on it. And so I won't be selling it. And that's fine. But I do not need multiples of the Neverfull in my collection. So yeah, any surprises for you there? Were you surprised by the hat or the scrunchie? I mean, or the Nano? Super useful items, aren't they? yeah, so anyway, I'm interested to know from you, do you have pieces in your collection that you are happy that you just have one of and you do not need to have others, you have no desire for others, or you've bought others and realised that you didn't need multiples of them at all? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I put out videos on Wednesdays and Sundays and sometimes some extra ones, so I will look forward to seeing you then. Ciao!